This week, President Donald Trump suggested that maybe we do a 50-year mortgage instead of a 30-year mortgage to allow people to better afford homes. I am all for the idea of making homes more affordable, bringing down that payment. But car dealers have been doing this a long time where they only advertise the payment, they don't advertise the true cost of it. So let's look at what a 50-year mortgage would look like versus what a 30-year mortgage would be. So here's the true costs and facts about a 50-year mortgage. On a 30-year mortgage, if we're going to assume a $400,000 payment and a 6% interest rate, those are the assumptions we're going to say. So let's say you're buying a $500,000 house with 20% down, that's a $400,000 mortgage. Obviously there's ways that you can buy a house with less money down. But let's just say your mortgage amount is $400,000 at a 6% interest rate. That is $2,773 for a monthly payment. Over the life of that loan, 30 years, you're paying $998,732. It's a lot of money, but that breaks it down to $2,700 a month, so it's manageable. So most people are happy to do that. So now let's look at what the 50 year is going to do. The 50 year, which is also a $400,000 loan at a 6% interest rate, is a monthly payment of $2,480. So it's less than $300. $293 a month is what you save by paying for another 20 years. So the lifetime expense of that loan is $1.488 million, almost $1.5 million versus the 998. So that's a difference of $490,000. So you save $293 per month, but it costs you the lifetime of that loan $490,000. That is wild. Now, skeptics are going to say that, well, you know what, nobody's going to live in a house for 50 years. And it's true, you're not. We just saw last week that the news came out that first-time home buyers' average age is now 40 years old. If you're 40 years old, buy a house with a 50-year mortgage, you're 90 when you pay it off. That's absolutely insane. Most people aren't going to stay in a house that long. Most people stay only a few years. But my concern is that if you're only in the house for 3 to 5 years, you've actually paid nothing down. So if home prices stay pretty stagnant, you're not gaining any equity in your home. So you're putting yourself in a bad position by putting these payments, to save $293, spending a lot of money, getting nowhere. You're basically renting from the bank. So anyways, I just wanted to have a quick discussion about that. The other thing is, would the interest rates be the same on a 50-year as it is a 30-year? Because if you look at what a 15-year mortgage is versus a 30-year, there is a difference about 0.6, 0.7, about